Email marketing agency update for June. This month I've made $15,000. Biggest month so far, still not happy, but nonetheless, I'm going to quickly break down what's happened in June. I missed my May agency update, but honestly, nothing significant really happened. If anything, wasn't a very good month revenue-wise. Now, for those who've been a member, or rather subscriber of this channel for a while, you know these are pretty laid back, chill, but I'm going to quickly talk about kind of the things I've learned this month, what's been really useful for me, and what you can take from my learnings into your own agency as well. So just some quick status updates as well. This month I've been to 8 networking events. I highly recommend going to as many networking events as you possibly can as an agency owner. It's been super useful for me, just touching base with a bunch of people in different industries and talking about my services. I've had 25 different catch-ups, so one-on-ones, just getting a coffee, having a phone call, figuring out what they do with their business. And more often than not, the more catch-ups I have, the more client introductions I get, the more proposals I send out, and the more new clients I end up getting. So this month I sent out 5 different proposals, and so far I've signed 3 new clients, which is awesome. Some of the clients though are just for project-based work, and really I'm after that retainer-based work because that just provides me with a bit of predictability with my agency. One other thing I've really been focusing on this month as well is, pardon me, is setting a minimum price for what my services are. I'm confident now in what I can deliver, and now I'm not charging anything under $2,000 a month for my services. I just sent out some proposals last week that were at $1,500, but $2,000 is the minimum I'm going for now, just because I know my worth and I know that I can confidently deliver these services, and I no longer feel like I have to be competing on price. I think that's something that we all start off doing when we first get into the agency space. We're like, oh, I'll compete on price. Don't compete on price, but there's definitely something to be said for being in the right headspace and not feeling that imposter syndrome when you do end up charging $5,000 for a service that you're not confident that you can deliver. And I think lowering the price just helps you be a little bit more confident, alleviate some of those insecurities. It's not necessarily the right thing to do, but from a confidence perspective, it does help. So that's something that I'm kind of working on at the moment as well. Also, cool little update. I got scammed. That was awesome. I hired a cold email outreach guy, and it's so frustrating because my buddy told me not to do it. He said, don't hire a cold outreach guy. I hired him, and he's basically just run off with my money. It's crazy too, because I had all those details. He had all the contracts and stuff. I see him on LinkedIn, but he's just gone completely dark on me, and I'm still in the process of trying to get my money back, but I'm pretty confident I'm not going to get it, which sucks because I worked hard for that money. But that's just the cost of doing business, really, I guess. If I ever see him, though, I'm going to fuck him up. But on top of that, what else has really been happening? That's pretty much it, to be honest. Really just same old, same old. I'm about to hire a new project manager at some point in the future. I did lose a first client recently as well. And the client didn't leave because of poor service delivery. It was more just recession's here. They're trying to dial back how much money they spend, which is a bummer. But I got a really good Google review. That's also something I'm working really, really hard on, is building up my website's SEO. And the idea there is actually build up enough presence for my agency that I can then sell it in the future and it actually has some tangible organic growth and leads coming in. That's something I recommend doing. I have a bunch of blog articles on my website, and honestly, I just use ChatGPT for those blog articles, and it works so well. Now, I've got a special way of doing it. I ensure that I give ChatGPT a list of all my other blog articles to make sure it can then interlink the new articles with the old articles to kind of create a bit of a web. And on top of that, I also have a bunch of, I spend a bunch of time reviewing every single one of those emails that comes out, and I just take a look at those and articles and just make sure it sounds proper. And sometimes the ChatGPT gives you the wrong information, so I just review that. On top of that, I've also been building out my newsletter funnel. So I have a weekly newsletter, but in reality, it's somebody signing up to my newsletter, and it's just 52 different emails over a period of a year every week. And I've just created a funnel for that. And anybody who jumps onto my website, subscribes to that newsletter. And the newsletter is not designed to be salesy. It's not salesy at all. It's just providing value. And the hope is that eventually they'll turn into a conversion. So that's what I've been focusing on. It's been going really well. I think this is our biggest month so far, and I actually promised that I'd give myself a little reward for getting to $15,000 this month. So I'm gonna go buy myself a nice watch next month. So that's a really fun celebration. Apart from that, though, just ticking away, working along. I want to move to Spain. That's kind of what I'm saving up for now. Digital nomad visa in Spain. So if any of you guys are over in Spain and you want to meet up, let me know. I'm practicing my Spanish. Oh, one other thing as well. I've joined a mastermind group for other agency owners, and that has been super useful. Highly recommend trying to find a group, and not a group of people who are just starting, but a group of people who are established in the agency space who can actually give you some value. We don't talk about in this mastermind the mindset stuff that everyone seems to talk about and waste people's time on. We talk about actual actionable steps we can take to improve our business, and it's been super useful for me. So I highly recommend you try and find your own mastermind group out there. Happy to refer you to my one if you're interested in joining. Just shoot me a message and we'll go from there. Awesome, guys. If you enjoy the video and you like the updates, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and enjoy the rest of your life. Thank you.